courtroom. Go ahead and tell me your full name, ma'am.
Michaela Faith Morgan.
Okay. We're here on the state's motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke your community supervision. I'm going to put that on the screen so you can see it. Do you understand what the state is alleging that you have failed to comply with?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
And it appears to me from reviewing both of these pleadings that it is the exact same violation for both cases. State?
Yes, Judge. On or about
ahead.
the 28th day of April 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Michaela Faith Morgan, did then and there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department duly diagnosed residential facility, and that the defendant was unsuccessfully discharged due to non-compliance in violation of condition number 16E.
I have violation of condition 18. Oh, I see. So in cause number 4978, it alleges violation of condition number 16E, but in it's two different violations. Read the other violation, number 18, please.
On or about the 28th day of April 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Michaela Faith Morgan, did then and there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department duly diagnosed residential facility, and that the defendant was unsuccessfully discharged due to non-compliance in violation of condition number 18.
Okay. As to violation of condition 16E, applies to 4978. Is that true or not true, Ms. Morgan?
That is true, Your Honor.
And then violation of condition number 18 and cause number ending in 7821. Is that true or not true?
That is true as well, Your Honor.
All right, this is an open plea. Mr. Ross, do you have any explanations you want to offer for her being exited from the program?
I do, Judge.
Go ahead.
First off, I would ask the court to take into judicial notice that this young lady is 19 as of January of this year. I would also ask if it's in your records, I don't know, may have to come from probation, that she was admitted to Applewhite on a dual diagnosis December the 8th of last year, and she was discharged April the 29th. So she spent more than 4 months there. I would like to point out that it was a dual diagnosis. She has both mental health issues and she had drug abuse issues. I think we can elicit from the probation office that she has had some drug tests and come up negative on the drug tests. And I would like to ask my client, Michaela, about this being discharged from the program, from the dual diagnosis residential program. If you want to swear her in, Judge.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this cause shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Okay, Michaela, you were there for 4.5 months. Were you discharged? What, in your understanding, why were you discharged? What did you do wrong?
Yes, sir. In all honesty, there's really no excuses, but I can give a little explanation.
Well, tell us what they say you did wrong first.
There were all minor infractions. There were things like talking when I shouldn't have been talking. I believe 2 of them were wearing my mask after I was finished eating at the chow hall. There's a thing called staff splitting. I needed a pair of tennis shoes, and to get those, you have to have it dropped off to you. And I asked more than one monitor about getting a drop outside of my drop time so I could have a pair of tennis shoes to wear. That's another one of my infractions.
Is there something about a fire extinguisher, not fire extinguisher, but fire alarm or something?
Yes, sir. During my first, I want to say month there, when I was med transitioning. Oh, excuse. There are white cases above fire alarms. I was very fidgety on this said day because we were moving dorms. And of course, the medications weren't at all helping. And I knocked on the case and the case fell off and unexpectedly made the fire alarm go off as well.
Are these the reasons that you believe that you were discharged or that you were told that you were discharged?
Yes, sir, and they're mistakes nonetheless.
Okay, now when you went there to dual diagnosis, cognitive, apparently you had some mental health issues, were you given medications?
Yes, sir, some of which I am currently on as well.
During the time, did they change the medications? Were they adjusted or changed the different kinds of medicines?
Very frequently.
And did you ever feel like that you were consistently stable in your thought and your ability to control yourself and so forth, or was it continual?
It was very hard to maintain a controlled mindset with all the different changes.
Do you know what your diagnoses are, your mental health diagnoses are? What is your understanding they are?
I'm diagnosed with bipolar 2, anxiety, and PTSD.
Now, you've been out, you got discharged and you've been for the last almost 2 months now,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And where have you been living?
With my parents, my mom, my dad, and my younger sister.
Okay. Have you done anything to address the mental health issues that you have?
Yes, sir. I'm attending an outpatient program with Laurel Ridge. And I'm currently on medications, one of which I mentioned I was on during the rehab facility.
We'll talk about that in just a minute, but you're at Laurel Ridge
Yes, sir.
and you've got a treatment plan there, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I want to ask the judge, tenor these the judge for the purposes of this hearing.
Have you
Thank you,
showed
sir.
them to the prosecutor?
Yeah, if you can, I mean,
Any objection to defense 1 and 2? State,
No objections, Judge.
thank you. Go ahead.
okay, so one of these is a certification from, I don't know if it's a doctor or somebody there stating that you're in the outpatient treatment facility, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the other one has to do with the plan,
Yes, sir.
correct? And you also, tell me about this ROARS. What is this thing called ROARS?
I participated while my 9-month stay during county, a counseling, a dual diagnosis kind of cognitive behavioral therapy program, and successfully completing it, I'm automatically qualified to get into the ROARS Plus program, which I am currently enrolled in. And I get 3 months of free counseling, and they would help me out with medications as well.
Okay. And what is this document? Just briefly, what is it?
It's basically saying that I did my ROARS program, so I'm eligible for the ROARS Plus.
I will offer this for the purposes of this hearing from University Health System.
No objections.
I will mark that defense 3.
So you are addressing the mental health issues.
Most definitely.
And how are you doing that? You have, well, who are you living with right now?
Both of my parents.
And do they have insurance to pay for you to get mental health treatment?
Yes, sir.
Is that how you're paying for Laurel Ridge?
Yes, sir.
And since you were thrown out of the program, have you had drug tests?
Yes, sir.
How many times do you know?
Once I had asked my officer if she wanted me to go in for more, and she said the one negative one was very nice, and she was satisfied with that.
Okay, now you do understand the dilemma that the judge is in. The situation here is you got arrested on something when you were 18
Yes, sir.
on a drug case. And I take it it's in a category of 4 grams to 200 because it was only alleged possession, not possession with intent to deliver. I would assume it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 to 5 or 10 grams. Would that be correct? You recall?
I don't exactly recall the amount, but I want to say it was around there.
It was relatively small.
Yes, sir.
And then you were on probation and you picked up another case, a deadly conduct with the firearm.
Yes, sir, I do.
You know what happened on that? What was your situation? What was your mental?
I wasn't treating my mental illness. Instead, I guess I would use the word drowning it out in a sense, trying to avoid it with the use of Xanax.
What, you recall what happened in the incident in this case? Just briefly, what happened?
No, sir, I have big gaps in my memory, especially the days prior to my arrest.
Okay, and so you went to Apple White for dual diagnosis, and you took medications the whole time you were there,
Frequently switched, but yes,
and you're undertaking medicines right now.
yes.
You know what medicines you're taking right now?
I take quetiapine, which is more often called Seroquel, and the Migdal, both of which are mood stabilizers. One is for the morning and the other is for night.
And were you taking these at the Apple White?
One of which, the Seroquel.
Only the Seroquel.
Yes, sir. But towards the end, I want to say the last month is when I started that, and I noticed that medicine was making a little bit of a difference.
What medicine?
The Seroquel. Sir.
Okay. I think the court sent you to the dual diagnosis Apple White because for your mental health. I think the deal is you're young still,
Yes, sir.
and we want you have to pay some penalty for your violation of the law. But because you're young, we still would like for you to get some mental health treatment and get rid of your drug problem.
Of course.
Okay. When's the last time you used drugs?
The day I was incarcerated, which would be March 10th, 2020.
You didn't, when you did this deadly conduct in October, you weren't on drugs at that time?
That was the offense, the date of the offense, March 10th, for the deadly conduct.
No, I think the March 10th. Oh, it was? Okay. April 21 was your, no. January 27, 2020 was the drug problem. Okay. In October, you were placed on probation October the 9th
Yes, sir.
for the deadly conduct. You know when did that occur? It occurred in March.
That's for March, Mr. Ross.
Okay, and since then you haven't used drugs.
No, sir.
So you feel like your problem is more mental health than drug problem?
Yes, sir. I strongly believe so. Addiction will be something I'll have to deal with for a long time to come because it doesn't just go away. But I strongly believe that mental health is more so my problem now.
Okay, what is it that you hope for here? I mean, what would you like to see the judge? What would you like to do? Would you like to live at home and address your issues and get a job?
Of course.
Do you have any prospect for jobs or anything?
Yes, sir. I was looking to apply at Amazon and preferably better paying jobs so I could help start paying my debt back to my parents, and probation, of course, because I know I haven't been able to do that.
Okay. You think you could be successful if the judge sent you back to another drug treatment facility? You think, or how about mental health facility for mental health treatment? You think you can get just as good mental health outpatient as you would if you were inpatient?
I strongly believe it would be better for me mentally doing outpatient, considering the fact that I would love to start working and building a life, because I'm getting to the point where I'm aging, not aging, but
Does
starting to learn independency.
Does your family support you in your endeavors to clean up your drug act and get your mental health under control?
Of course, they've been my strongest support since my incarceration.
Okay, I'll pass the witness to you.
State, any questions?
Yes, Judge. So you would agree with me that the program, they worked with you even after you had violated their policies, correct?
The Applewhite facility?
The dual diagnosis facility.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know what it's called.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Okay. And they provided progressive sanctions for you, correct?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
And you continued to violate their rules.
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that the judge had placed you in that program to give you the tools that you're going to need to be successful, not only on this probation, but in life, right?
I understand, ma'am.
And you didn't successfully complete that.
No, ma'am.
I pass the witness.
I have nothing else, Judge. I have one other very brief witness, her mother, Crystal Morgan.
Over here, please.
Judge, may I proceed?
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God.
I do.
Go ahead.
Ma'am, would you state your name for the record?
Crystal Faith Morgan,
And you're the mother of Michaela Morgan,
correct,
and she's living with you at this time?
correct.
Who lives in your home besides yourself and your daughter?
It is myself, my spouse, which is her biological father, and her biological sibling, which is a girl.
And how old is she?
She's 18.
When your daughter first got in trouble, well over a year and a half ago, was she living at home with you at that time?
No, she was not.
Or was she?
She was currently residing here in San Antonio in Bexar County, and we were residing in Seabrook, Texas.
You residing where?
We were residing in Seabrook, Texas.
And she was residing here, where?
Correct.
Where here?
Unfortunately, at that time, she was homeless.
Okay. And you reside here in Bexar County?
Yes, sir. We returned back to Bexar County as soon as we could in order to assist her.
So y'all have a home here now? Are you renting or buying or whatever?
Yes, sir. We reside here in Bexar County in the Northwest side.
And she lives with you?
Yes, sir.
When she first got in trouble, did you have contact with her very much?
Yes, we did. She was in a pretty tumultuous state when we first found out she was incarcerated. We received the initial notification, and then notification kind of ceased because she went through an intense detox period, which I believe was approximately 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, so she was in a pretty bad mental state at that time?
Absolutely.
She had been on drugs, to your knowledge?
Absolutely.
Did she ever have any prior diagnosis of mental health as growing up problems?
Yes, sir.
Was she in special education in school?
No, sir.
Did she ever see a psychiatrist or psychologist growing up?
There was periods of time in which we tried to acquire mental health therapy and treatment for her. Unfortunately, she was very resistant to that help and that support. Time and time again, she would refuse to either go to the appointments or even meet with the therapist. And unfortunately, even though she was a minor, they will not force treatment on them.
Have you seen a change in her now? Has she changed in your eyes?
I'm sorry, I'm trying not to get emotional because that's a very difficult question for me.
Is she more responsible now?
The young woman that is sitting beside you and in front of me today is not the same woman in which has been seen in this courtroom prior. Thank you. She is not.
And she's been living with you for the last 2 months?
Yes, she has. She has made tremendous strife to be the best person that she can choose to be.
And you-
I want it known that the treatment programs that she initiated on her own, she did that. She got into Laurel Ridge. She took every initiative and every step in the right direction to better herself.
and your husband has insurance to provide for Laurel Ridge?
Yes, sir. And we will continue to do everything within our means to put her in any facility. We will do that. We will do whatever it takes to help assist our daughter because we know that that's what she wants.
And y'all will take part in counseling if necessary, family counseling?
We actually participated in sessions while she was at Applewhite. So yes, we will continue that.
Okay. I'll pass a witness.
Just briefly, Judge. This is just a complete guess, but my guess is that you had rules in your home and she refused to follow those, correct?
If you're asking whether or not there were some behavioral issues with her mental health diagnosis, yes. She did
Okay.
not have the skill set, yes.
Right. And so she chose to leave your home, correct?
The situation isn't as black or white as you would like it to be with
Ma'am,
regards
I don't
to-
want it to be black and white. I'm just asking you questions.
Do you want to rephrase it again?
I'm going to ask you the exact same question that I asked you. She chose to leave your home, correct?
Actually, that's incorrect.
I'm going to
Okay.
stop everyone right there. Can we concentrate on the unsuccessful discharge that is before me today? I don't care about what happened before she was on deferred.
Exactly.
And Judge, the point I'm getting at is that the mental health issues, the issues that she has are the same that she would not follow rules in your home, correct?
Go ahead and answer, ma'am, if you have an answer.
Once again, if you're asking if she had infractions years ago, the answer is yes.
Okay.
The answer to her current behaviors, we have not had any infractions, so no. Because we are focusing on current, correct, Your Honor?
Yeah, ma'am, just listen for the question, please.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I think that you're misunderstanding what we're trying to do here. You know, the program that the state is recommending that she go to costs tens of thousands of dollars. And our goal is to make sure that she has the life skills to succeed, because we don't want her back here. We don't want her committing new offenses. We want her to have a successful, productive probation and life. So, you know, I know that you are angry with me, but that is not my intent. My intent is not to hurt her. It's to make sure that she is getting what she needs to be successful. Okay.
Can you ask a question, Ms. Blader?
Judge, I'm finished with this witness. I'll pass her.
I have no more questions, Judge. And
Any
that's-
other
No other
witnesses?
witnesses.
You can have a seat where you are.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll hear argument, Mr. Ross.
Judge, she needs mental health treatment. The probation had recommended state ISF or Safe P special needs. Talking to the probation officer, I think that the ISF, they don't offer for cognitive. That's only substance abuse.
They
if
offer
I'm not
both.
mistaken.
They offer both.
Okay. I certainly think Safe P for the length of time and the hardcore people there would be a very, very detrimental thing for a person this young, this lady this young. Whatever you do, I certainly would say Safe P should certainly be out. Now, I don't know what happened. She violated a program. A lot of times programs, they'll kick you out for small things or even a lot of small things if you don't, I don't know. What she has talked about talking and stuff, those are not good, but it's not a new number one. It's not a new offense. It's not an aggressive type thing. It's not a violation of the law. And if you got a mental health issue and the medicine is not right, those type things are going to arise. Those are going to arise. And there's been no evidence here exactly why they kicked her out or how many times she talked and she shouldn't talked or whatever. I think that I would ask the court not to do anything extreme on her at this point in time. Really, what I'd ask the court to do is I would ask the court to, first off, let her go back home. Let her go with the condition that you do Laurel Ridge, that you do continue treatment, that you do take your medicines, that your parents involved with counseling, if it's required, that she do drug testing. She take her medicines. Let her get diagnosed there, what may be more thorough than a facility that's got lots of people. Maybe she can get some individualized attention. Continue her on probation. If that's not something the court would consider, then I guess I would ask you to go to ISL. And I don't know if she needs substance abuse. Maybe she does. Both cognitive and substance abuse, or just primarily cognitive seems to be the major problem here. And not revoke her. I don't want to give her that. We could give her two felony cases right now. 2 convictions at age 8 when they happened at 18 and 19 years old. And she didn't go out and do some violent things and new offenses after this last thing. That's just be too hard a punishment for somebody this young. It would destroy all chance in the future. So again, I would ask you to continue on probation and let her do Laurel Ridge, and if not, do ISF, and then continue on probation.
Faith?
Judge, a lot of the issue is control, and this defendant still thinks that she is in control of all of this that's going on, and that's just not the case. She chose to violate the rules. They provided sanctions for those violations, and she continued to violate the rules. There has to be consequences, and she has to learn that when you violate rules, there are consequences. And allowing her to choose the programs that she wants to do, that she wants to be involved in, that's not going to give her the tools that she needs to be successful in life and on this probation. Judge, the probation department, they know these folks that are in these programs. They understand what is going to be necessary, and they recommended either state ISF or the SAFPF. I don't think that going to prison is the solution. I want to give her tools to be successful. And that's what probation and those experts believe is necessary. And so that's what the state is asking you to do, Judge.
Who is the physician? Excuse me, I'm over here. Who is the physician that is treating you for your mental health medication?
His name would be Rudy. His name would be Rudy, and I'm unclear as to his last name.
Where is Rudy located?
Northern Family Hills Medicine.
Mom, Dad, can anybody tell me the full name of this doctor who is treating her? Rudy Rivera. Where is he located? North Hills Family Doctor. And is he a primary physician or is he some sort of specialist?
He currently is actually a nurse practitioner. Michaela has been trying to get into a psychiatrist. And slightly difficult.
Stop. That's all I wanted to know.
Yes.
How much longer do you have with this intensive outpatient program at Laurel Ridge?
I am actually going to be in completion of the program tomorrow, but there's always extended programs. And as I said prior, I'm already enrolled in the Roars Plus program.
So how long is Roars Plus program?
I get 3 free months, and then after that, I can continue to pay through insurance.
And your insurance covers the Roars program?
Yes, ma'am.
And probation, I am assuming that she never made it to the mixed supervision unit because she was exited? Okay, by the way, I need you to order a detailed report about what happened at the Applewhite Recovery Center. And you called it Roars Extended?
It's a Roars
Or
Plus,
Plus.
as they call it. Yes, ma'am. We have a paper here that explains it.
Can I see that, please?
Sure can.
And I also have a paper that
No.
says I'm admitted to it already.
See what you got there.
It should be an email.
Yeah, there you go. Probably sure that's another judge.
Diego, they can have this back. let's go on the record. And cause number 2019 CR 7821. I find that violation of condition number 18 is true. I will deny the state's motion, alter and amend the conditions of deferred to include the Roars Plus program. You must enroll and complete the program through your private insurance. You're going to be referred to the Center for Healthcare Services for your continuum of care for your mental health. You're going to take a cognitive behavioral class. We're going to put her in mixed supervision caseload, biweekly reporting until you're admitted to the mixed supervision caseload. In cause number 2020 CR 4978, I do find that violation of condition number 16E is true. I will deny the state's motion, alter and amend the conditions to mirror the ones in the other case. This is what's most important to me, and I want it to be very clear to you. You're stable, you're medicated, you have support in your home, you have the formula to succeed. It's up to you to utilize that to succeed. And the tools I've given you today will help you get there. I don't need to lock you up. I don't need for this. I don't need to do that. I can accomplish it a different way. But if it doesn't work, I got all sorts of facilities that I can lock you up in. That's never the issue. But you have a way to succeed. If you don't use it, Michaela, that's on you. Have a seat in the front row. You're going to sign your new conditions.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. 978.
Judge, I think the other defendant that I had went ahead and signed her amended conditions.
Let me pull them up. Hang on. Are those, is that Garza? Okay. Okay, I have them. Thank you. I'll sign those. You're
Okay.
excused.
All right, thank you, Judge. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. White, for waiting.
No problem.
Ms. Garza, you're going to go into custody so that you can start your treatment plan today. Clerks,
Excuse your
on
Honor.
Garza, it is hold for treatment. Thank you.
Yes, Judge.
David, I have 3 exhibits. I'm going to put them in the cause file. If you could please get them from the clerks tomorrow.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Thursday.
Yes, Mr. White, I signed everything. She's going to go into custody. Thank you. Okay, so Bianca, do you want to delete that Adobe on Garza? Delete the Adobe on Garza? Because I still have it. Oh, so you still want me to sign that one? Okay, so Garza is assigned. And guess what? I have a plea packet for Felix Guzman. I still just need Ashley's stuff. Mr. Guzman, where are you?
He might be in a waiting room because he told me that they haven't let him in yet.
No,
Okay.
there's nobody waiting.
Did he get the link for the afternoon docket? Maybe he's still trying to log into the morning.
Oh, to the morning docket. Yeah, can you, he still
I'll
needs to
check.
sign Ashley's stuff. Ashley, do you show it's still missing?
Yes, Judge, it's with him. I sent him another reminder.
Okay,
I'll call-
we'll wait for him. Eugene Vasquez. Did your client log on? Fernando? I thought I just saw Fernando.
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I took
I
a
don't
call
have,
on it.
I don't have paperwork for Eugene Vasquez.
What kind of paperwork?
Oh, what are we doing with him?
I was like, I did not do any paperwork.
Thought it was a plea. Where is he?
Well, apparently the bailiff has informed me that he's got a warrant out of county court 4.
Mhm.
So, and he is on, but
He is on where?
he's on the, well, he's on the Zoom somewhere. He was here
No?
early.
I did see him. I did see a square on here earlier that had his name on it. I don't now. And to be fair, he did log on yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that just a trial setting or what are we doing?
It's a trial recall setting, I think.
All right.
Or,
So do you want a jury trial or?
that's what it's looking like. But now that he's got a warrant, what are we gonna do? Because
He just needs to take care of his warrant with 4. I'm not gonna,
okay,
can't do anything. So I'll give you a trial setting. Let's do September 13th.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
September 13th.
Yep.
And well, I wanted to confer with the state about another case I just recently got retained on regarding reducing the bond.
Okay, yeah, you can go in a breakout room with them.
With criminal trial division, who'd be handling that? It's a drug
Oh,
case.
they may be.
Oh, she already left. She already left, but they're on tomorrow if you want to come on tomorrow.
Okay.
Today's just family violence.
Okay, well then I'll come back on tomorrow.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
What date did you give me? September?
13.
13.
Okay.
And it looks like I have Frank Garcia's paperwork. Let's swear him in.
Bye now. Thank you.
Bye,
Mr.
Fernando.
Garcia- Mr. Garcia, can you unmute yourself so I can swear you in?
It, is Frank Garcia a plea?
Yes.
Samuel's plea
Oh, okay, Sam.
was from
Okay.
yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Your pile's getting higher.
Mr. Garcia, can you unmute yourself?
Oh, here you go. Sorry. There you go. Okay.
Can you raise your right hand, please?
Yes.
Are you Frank Garcia, the defendant in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you familiar with the exhibits and stipulations attached?
Yes.
And do you solemnly swear it's true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
You're familiar with the jury waiver?
Yes.
Your attorney has explained to you your constitutional rights and you understand them?
Yes.
It is your desire to enter this plea and waive your right to a jury trial.
Yes.
Okay, you can lower your hand. Thank you.
What is the status of Dante Tucker?
Yes, Judge, we've conferred with the state, conferred with my client, and we don't have an agreement.
Okay. September 13th.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
Mhm.
May we be excused?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Rodriguez, what's the status of Robert Lopez?
We've conferred with the state, Your Honor, and I'm gonna need time to visit with my client. I'd like to pass this matter for a couple of days if possible, because Jennifer, I believe, is leaving this Friday.
Yeah, but someone else can take the plea if it's a plea, unless you know you can resolve it this week. This week is really tight. We have some pretty long matters tomorrow and Thursday.
That's fine, Judge. I'll visit with my client and report back to the court whether we have an agreement.
Yeah, just email me, and if there is an offer, I will, if he will take it, I will just notate that, and then I can do paperwork, or we can bring it in before I leave.
You want me to recall you next week?
What day next week, Judge?
Next week before, let me see. Monday's a holiday.
Right.
And we're picking a jury on the 8th, so it would be Wednesday. Nope, not Wednesday. It would have to be Tuesday the 6th.
Tuesday the 6th, an afternoon docket?
It would be morning or afternoon. It just depends on where you fall.
I've got a federal arraignment at 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning.
We can move you to the afternoon. I can tell
Perfect.
Ashley specifically to do it in the afternoon.
That'll work, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, so next Tuesday, Mr. Lopez on Zoom in the afternoon, if you have a plea, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Tuesday PM.
May I be excused?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer.
Mhm. Ashley, I need to call you real quick and then I'll take the plea.
Yes, ma'am. I'm at my desk.
David, I just gave Ashley the super secret schedule for next week. Stay tuned if you want to know the schedule for next week, David. All right, let's do Frank Garcia.
Off all week. Got it.
Nope. No, we're picking a jury.
Real quick, Judge, before we start that, I see that Mr. Stateson's back, and I thought that case was already reset. I just didn't know.
Yes, you wanted a trial setting, right, Joseph?
We're going to ask it to stay on a trial setting, but we did have to get CPS records. Today we were notified CPS records existed. So,
okay, so send me a protective order, please.
And
Jen, and I'll sign it.
And what's the next setting date?
September the 13th.
September 13th. Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes. Besides Mr. Guzman from the morning, I think this is the last plea. Any luck with Mr. Guzman?
No, Judge, his phone may have run out of power. I don't know. He's been in communication with me all morning, but now I can't raise him.
Okay, well, tomorrow, I can do it tomorrow, Jerry, but we're kind of running out of dates this month.
Tomorrow I have 3 or 4 Zoom hearings. One of them is in Judge Carruthers' court. Can we make it later in the week?
How's your afternoon tomorrow, Jerry?
Yeah, tomorrow afternoon.
Let's do it tomorrow afternoon, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And Judge, I think when I was in a breakout room, someone mentioned that one case was getting recalled for next week, the 6th, for a trial. Is that
Oh, yes, Robert Lopez. No,
Okay.
but it's not for trial.
No, not for trial. That's just bringing back. It was earlier. Someone said that someone got recalled for next week for trial. So
No, I didn't recall.
Okay.
I didn't call. No.
Okay,
No.
perfect. I just wanted to not be caught unaware.
No, don't worry.
Oh, we'll have Sam and Michelle be caught unaware.
Wednesday, 1:30. All right. So this is the last plea then on Frank Garcia. He just needed that one document. We could have done his plea today on Felix Guzman.
And I sent him like 3 reminders, Judge. I was like, he's gotta find it.
Yeah, I think his phone might have just run out of power.
I could have built a rocket and flown to the moon in the time it took them to do that paperwork.
Oh, you are so creative, David.
Just saying.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, let's go on the record, please. Mr. Rodriguez, I excused you already.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. I was trying to
Yeah.
get over Ashley.
Yeah, I excused you till next week.
Yeah, but I wanted to get a hold of Jennifer, let her know that my client accepted the offer.
Oh, okay. Jen, he accepted the offer.
I will make note of that, and I'll get the paperwork, or I'll have them do it so they can track it since I'll be out. But thank you for letting me know that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care. Talk to you soon. All right. Bye.
All right, bye.
saw you on Zoom. You just compute. I'm like, I could have sworn you were just on Zoom like a few minutes ago, and now you're right in front of me. So, all right, let me just take this plea, Oscar. Oh, it's raining? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
You can hear
so
the
let's-
thunder up here on this floor from outside.
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. Garcia's in the car. I can't see any. Is it wet? Is it
It's
raining?
raining real good.
Okay. All right. So let's go on the record, please. This is cause number 2021 CR 0612. Mr. Hernandez, you don't have to be on your phone. You could just answer up. You're there in the courtroom. You could just use the microphone. Yeah, because it'll create feedback. He's free on bond?
No, he's in jail, but there's a GPS. Oh, because we can put the GPS. It's out. But ICE needs to come take him out.
Okay, let's go on the record. I apologize. 2021 CR 0612, the state of Texas versus Frank Rene Garcia. Attorneys, please make your announcements.
Jennifer Meza for the state of Texas.
Oscar Hernandez on behalf of Mr. Garcia.
Okay, Mr. Garcia is appearing by video conference. Go ahead and tell me your full name, sir.
Frank Rene Garcia.
Okay. On the screen, I have the, oops, no, I don't. The true bill of indictment. It alleges the offense of assault of a family member, second offense. And it also alleges the repeat offender enhancement allegation. How are we going to proceed, state?
We are going to waive the repeat enhancement allegation.
No objections, Your Honor.
Okay, this is a true third-degree felony. Mr. Garcia, it is punishable by confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for any period from 2 to 10 years confinement. It also carries a possible fine of up to $10,000. Do you understand the range of punishment, Mr. Garcia?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's explained to you in this document I have on the screen called the court admonishments. Did you go over this?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to a jury trial. You have the right to cross-examine all the witnesses against you, and you have the right to remain silent. All of those are your constitutional rights. Do you understand those?
Yes, Your Honor.
When you sign this document, what you're telling me is you want to give up those rights. Is that what you intend to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this your electronic signature here?
Yes.
If you were not a citizen of the United States, I'm still required to tell you that a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge could result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Mr. Garcia, are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez, does your client have a rational and factual understanding of the proceedings against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any defenses?
He has.
In your opinion, is he mentally competent to waive his rights and enter into a plea?
Yes, Your Honor, he is.
I will accept the waiver and make it part of the record. Mr. Garcia, on the screen, I have the plea bargain that you've made in this case. I'm going to go over it with you, and then I want you to tell me if this is your agreement. It calls for a recommendation of deferred adjudication for a period of 3 years, $1,000 fine. You have to take the batterer's intervention prevention course. There's an agreement for a finding, an affirmative finding of family violence, no contact order with Rachel Montes. And as part of the agreement, the state has waived the repeater count. We're going to do a TAP evaluation and 100 hours of community service. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez, is that your understanding?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is your plea to the charge of assault, family violence, second offense? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No
Mr.
contest.
And are you pleading no contest because you have talked about this matter with your attorney and you believe it's in your best interest to do so?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone offered you anything in exchange for your plea today?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced you to enter a plea today?
No.
I will accept the plea of no contest. I do find the plea is voluntarily made, and I will ask the state to tender its proof. Jen?
Oh, sorry. State offer states is Exhibit 1 and attachments into evidence.
They've been read, Your Honor. No objections.
States 1 is admitted. Mr. Hernandez, are you satisfied the state complied with Article 3914 in this case?
I am, Your Honor.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement and make it part of the record. Okay, give me just a minute to review the evidence. Let's go back on the record, please. I do find the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt. I will make no other findings at this time. I will grant the application for deferred adjudication for a period of 3 years. There's a $1,000 fine. You have to complete the batterer's intervention prevention program. There is an affirmative finding that family violence was committed in this case. No contact order with Rachel Montes. Mr. Garcia, there's not going to be any problem with you complying with the no contact order, right?
No, no, Your Honor.
Okay, you don't have kids together or anything like that.
No, no, Your Honor, we don't.
Okay, we're going to order a TAP evaluation and 100 hours of community service. Mr. Garcia, you made a plea bargain today. I honored that plea bargain agreement, so you do not have a right to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we have a little bit of a problem. The probation application wasn't signed by Mr. Garcia. I don't know if it's going to let me do this or not, but let's find out. No, see, it wants me to sign for him. Ashley, can we resend just the application for probation to Mr. Garcia? And I'll print out the trial court cert on my end. Ash. Oscar, do you have a few minutes just so that we can get that done? Mr. Garcia, this is a plea bargain case. I did follow your plea bargain agreement, so you do not have a right to appeal. While you're in the probation breakout room, we're going to email you the application for probation so you can sign it really quick.
Okay.
Okay? Hang tight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's been messing up all day. Yes, thanks. Bye. Let me sign that document, Diego. So we can just scan it to him. Do you have his email, Oscar? Do you have, I don't know if he can scan it. Ashley, just try sending him just that one document. Let's try it the way that I'm saying first, and if it doesn't work, we'll try something else.
Have Mr. Garcia sign it and then.
It can come straight to me.
You mean have him print it and then send it back?
No, I'm asking if you can send just the probation application on Adobe.
Yes, if that's the only thing that's missing, I'll send him that alone. The attorney does not have to be on it.
Right, that's the only thing missing. Okay, let me put you in a breakout room with probation. Number 1, Mr. Garcia.
Okay.
We're done, Judge?
We are done. Yes, David, thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, Jen. We'll see you.
Yes, thank you, Judge. I'm sending you right now the protective order on Richard Corona. So you should have that in a couple minutes. It won't let me do it through Adobe Sign because it's being weird. So I'm just going to send you a regular email if that's okay.
Okay. So tired. Let me see the motion on your other client, Oscar. Okay. Oscar, the way I'm gonna do it is just give her 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week. It doesn't matter to me where she goes. So that, at least she has a curfew. No, tracking only, and as long as there's a curfew.
I can get a copy for you.
Here's your motion, Oscar. Oh, for another court. I don't know about that. There you go. Thank you.
Judge John Coons has somebody on the docket tomorrow, but they need to be reset. He's in a federal jury trial.
Who is?
John Coons.
Oh, okay.
And I also let his secretary know about Mr. Bird. She's like, how do we get him back?
You never lost him. That's funny. Let's see. So Michael Elias apparently has been resolved. So that just leaves the contested MTR in the morning and all those pleas.
Yes, Judge.
And then in the afternoon, what? Nothing?
Trial recall. On Thursday, Judge, do you want everybody for Vela to be in person?
I told him it was in person.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
because we're having pretrial hearings.
same thing with, you need Mr. Porter here in person or?
Yes, yes.
I'll send them a notice that it's.
And make sure you order Robert Roberts for Thursday.